What's up? In this video, I'm going to tell you the easiest way to actually start dropshipping if you're under 18. And this is going to be a very different video from what you're used to watch, because I'm not going to give you any specific advice, look for products or how to do this and that. I'm also not going to flex any Shopify dashboard. So the first and most important thing is to actually learn how to think and to be different. Now, unfortunately, this is something which I cannot show you and teach you through this video, because this is individual for every single person out there watching this video. Trust me, if I realized one thing after dropshipping for almost 2 years now, it's every time that I was different, every time that I was unique and different from everyone else, all my competitors, and did the exact opposite of what the gurus on YouTube were telling me, that's actually when I made the most amount of money. It's actually insane to make the same mistakes over and over again and not learning anything from it. This is not a side hustle. It's not easy. It was never meant to be easy. It's actually super difficult, and you have to keep going. You have to keep doing it until it works, because at the end of the day, it's going to depend on your skills. How good you are, how much money you make comes down to how good and skilled are you. And that at the end of the day comes down to how hard do you try? How hard are you working? Because I'm telling you, in e-commerce, you're competing against grown men who do this full time and are super high skilled, extremely good network and all that kind of stuff. So how do you expect to go ahead and work an hour a day next to school and expect it to work? It just does not work like this, unfortunately. I'm sorry to be the guy that breaks it to you, but at the end of the day, you're gonna have to put in more than everyone else to be able to learn more quickly than everyone else. And I promise you, what you need to focus on is just putting in the reps. And every time you test and you fail, every time figure out why you failed. And after enough product tests, after learning from every single failed product test, it has to work, right? If you don't make the same mistakes again and again, which you absolutely should not do, but absolutely most people are doing that, then it has to work after enough time. You just have to put in enough reps. You just have to put in the work. It's super difficult, it's super hard. Don't expect it to be an easy side hustle. This is the reality of e-commerce. It's highly competitive. It's extremely competitive. It's extremely difficult to make work nowadays. Now, the second thing they have to understand is that it's never about your goals, but about your habits. So a lot of people that I speak to right now are actually telling me, okay, so I'm gonna set myself this and this and this goal for next year. However, the problem is winners and losers have the same goals. So what actually separates winners from losers? Well, it is their habits. It is what they do. You are what you do. I'm gonna repeat the quote so that it actually sticks. Winners and losers have the same goals. Their outputs equal volume times leverage, and you improve your leverage by getting more skills, by doing it more, and then guess what? You'll get better. Everything in e-commerce is skill based. And so every time you do a rep, every time you test a product, you make an ad, whatever it is, craft an offer, you get better at it. And after enough reps, you'll get good enough to be profitable. But it takes time to get there. And the other part of the equation is volume. Well, how do you improve volume? Simple, just do more. Just sit down and do more. And so next year, I want you to really go ahead and just improve your habits and get 1% better every single day, instead of focusing on the most beautiful vision board and the craziest smart goals. They're not going to get you anywhere. They're not going to make you more money. The goals, every time you look at your last year's goals, have you hit them? No, you haven't. So focus on improving your habits, not your goals. And I promise you, everything will change for you. The whole game is going to be completely different. You're going to approach it very differently, because at the end of the day, it comes down to volume times leverage. And right now, as a beginner, you don't have any leverage. All you have is time. And so use it. Beat competitors with volume. Do 10 times more than what they do. And I promise you, you will learn 10 times faster than they learn. And so you will get successful 10 times more quickly than they do. And the third topic that I want to talk about in this video is that I actually see a lot of people focusing on the completely wrong stuff. They basically go ahead and start improving every aspect of their life, going on the craziest self-improvement journeys, taking cold showers 5 times a day and all that kind of bullshit. And me personally, as a fitness guy, I'm gonna tell you honestly, to make money, you don't even need to train, you don't need to do shit. My mentors actually told me this, and that was also an eye-opening moment for me. He made the most amount of money when he was the unhealthiest and the unhappiest, right? He was completely unhealthy, blasting energy drinks all day, just like me right now. The more you actually do the productive work that it takes to get successful, the more money you will make. And so if you sacrifice everything else, then you will make more money, including your sleep. If you sleep less to work more, you'll not make less money, you'll make more money. And at the end of the day, that's the truth. And this is what you have to hear. Use what you have. If you put everything into this, you're going to get the most out of it. You don't need to train, and you don't need to take cold showers. I promise you, this year I didn't take no cold showers. It does not take any of the self-improvement bullshit to actually make money. But why do YouTubers and gurus tell you this? Well, because it sells well. It sounds cool. You're going to get big, jacked, lean. You're going to start floating, you're gonna meditate and attract all these girls, and then you're gonna get rich. It doesn't work like this, all right? On this channel, I'm just going to tell you how you can make a shit ton of money. And especially as a teenager, it's super easy to believe everything someone says on the internet. And I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart, you don't need to do anything else to make money than work. Of course, all these things help you later on, but if you focus on too many things at once, I'm talking from experience, nothing will work. So don't start taking on 10 challenges at a time. No, just start by, getting ahead in business, learning, and getting better at all the skills that are required to make it an e-com. But don't focus on, starting cold showers. Don't focus on meditating for 3 hours a day now, because this is all going to be a waste of your time. And guess what? You're not going to be able to stick to any of these. Like, this is what happens if you start too many things at once, and that's what everyone does at the beginning of a new year. They start a million things, nothing works, and by March you're back at your same old bad habits. And this is unfortunately the reality. And so also, I'm going to upload this video before the year starts, because you should not wait until January 1st to start. In fact, you should start immediately after watching this video. Every time you need an external factor, you're proving to yourself that this is not important enough to you. You picked e-com as a business. Well, welcome to the probably most competitive business model there is out there. So realistically, this is going to be super difficult for you, especially as a teenager, if you're in school or whatever, and you don't have the whole day to learn. And there are people who have more cash than you, and more time than you, and more skills than you, and more people than you, that you're directly competing against. So treat it like a real business. Volume times leverage. All right, you have to improve your leverage by getting more skilled, and you have to improve your volume by just doing more. And with that being said, guys, if you could actually learn something, then I'm really happy, and I wish you a beautiful day.